Libra, 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 Libra. Welcome to this week's reading. I'm happy to have you here. This reading is good for all Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. If you're a cross watcher, you're welcome here. We're just going to take a quick look at the energy surrounding you during this time. This reading is really timeless, but I'm recording it with the intention of you watching it and it applying to you as soon as you see it, or during this period of March that we are in. All right, so let's get started. Spirit, I thank you for the opportunity to read for the Libra Collective today and ask for clear and concise messages as well as protection for myself, the reading, and the collective as we go through this active divination together. Ashe, Amin. How have you been, man? Hopefully well. Had to up my spiritual hygiene. Take me a little spiritual bath the other day. I also like to infuse different herbs into oil that I put in my hair. I like to oil my scalp like a couple times a week and then wash it out the next day. Yeah. You gotta up your protection. We are in Mercury retrograde, honey. So it's ghetto. Alright. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be ghetto for everybody, but it can be. Action. Action that either you are taking or that's being taken toward you. Take it as it resonates. If this does not fit, that is okay. Check your moon and rising. I also read for Taurus on this channel. Alright. Ooh, we got the 5 of Swords, honey. Okay. Reaction. Thank you. Death card. Thank you. Reaction. Knight of Swords. Libra. Are you giving somebody a taste of their own medicine? Are you settling a score with someone? This is very interesting. 5 of Swords, you're in conflict. You might even just be in conflict with self. You're trying to figure out, somebody might be, take it as it resonates, somebody might be provoking you and you trying to figure out if you want to let that dog in you out or if you want to be on your love and light type of time. That's for some of you. For others of you, you are in this immense period of mental, you're going through a challenge. The mindset that you previously held is, you can see that it's not helping you process and work your way through a situation that is ongoing that you are currently in. So as a reaction, you literally take the plunge and you decide to go through this transformation knowing that it's probably going to be uncomfortable. And as an outcome, you have the Knight of Swords. You become a more inquisitive, you become a more curious, you become a more sharp critical thinker, but you also become someone that is actually capable of managing whatever it is that you are going through. So you willingly take the plunge into rebirth because you know it's the only way out of a situation. That is very interesting. Usually people that go through the death card energy, rebirth, it's not, I'm not going to say it's by force a lot of the time. Like, I don't want to drag it like that. But what I will say is a lot of the time people don't exactly go swinging their hands, holding hands, you know, with the death card who's on top of the horse here. That's not usually what happens. They kind of do go kicking and screaming. And so for you to willingly take the plunge and be like, well, I'm just basically going to kill the old me in order to be reborn as a version of myself that can actually handle the task at hand. I'm hearing you also might be embodying an alter ego. You might have an alter ego that you kind of embody when it comes to difficult things. Why is the 5 of Swords here? Thank you. 3 of Swords. Yeah, this is conflict with somebody else. Okay. Woo-wee! Okay. This is so interesting. So you're going through hold on. Can I please get some more? I don't want to be here all day with you guys, you know, taking up too much of your time. We got the 2 of Pentacles. This is very, very interesting. And the Knight of Cups. So this is, okay, this is a person. This is another energy. This is somebody that you've been dealing with, they hurt you time and time and again. They probably disappointed you time and time again. You were unsure if you should walk away or if you should stay with them with the Two of Pentacles, and with the Knight of Cups. In this deck, they call it Knave. With the Knight of Cups, you knew that it was possible to have the kind of emotional fulfillment that you were seeking. You just knew that you couldn't have it here, and you essentially felt like your ability to have emotional fulfillment, period, was capped as long as you were around this other energy, because this other energy, this other person, whatever it may be. I don't know why I can't speak today. You guys also might have had like really bad communication issues, but I'm hearing that it wasn't that they couldn't comprehend, it's that they did not want to understand. They were listening with the intent of rebutting or offering a rebuttal, rather than listening to understand you and work through issues with you. So this is a very cantankerous person that you were dealing with. And you knew that the only way you were going to be able to move on from this situation and get this energy away from you was to literally die and be reborn, like to kill off your old self and bring yourself back as a more healed version of yourself who could actually take control of the situation as far as your half of it mentally, and not play into their games. This is very interesting. Death card. Why is it here? Thank you. Nine of Cups. Yeah, because you know that you're going to walk toward fulfillment. I'm going to do a love reading for Libra also, so if this is something that resonates with you, you might want to check that out once it's available. Very interesting. So you know that the only way that you can find fulfillment is if you go through this rebirth. Even though you know it's not going to be comfortable, that much is clear to you, you still choose to do it anyway, which takes an immense amount of strength. Why is the Knight of Swords here? This is very interesting. Knight of Swords. Why is it here? That's it? Okay. Oh, thank you. Six of Cups. Yeah, you're in this space of emotional fulfillment. You're seeking. Before, you weren't even sure if it was something you could have. I even am hearing that you resigned yourself to just, you relegated yourself to just like, oh, I guess this is just how it's going to be. Like maybe maybe the kind of insert experience, maybe the kind of insert experience that I'm looking to have just doesn't exist for people like me, or maybe I can't have it, or maybe it's just propaganda fairy tale that they show us in the movies and it's not something that I can access. I'm kind of getting that energy, like you kind of made peace with yourself, but not really. It was more of like you acquiescing to something that you really did not want. And you realize that the only way that you can leave it behind, because it drained so much of you, was to go through this rebirth on your own, because it's a very lonely journey. That much you knew, and you still chose to do it. You find emotional fulfillment. You're actually able to be a more evolved version of yourself that is able to take on the challenges that leaving someone this cantankerous would leave behind, such as healing and reconciling a lot of maybe the negative thought patterns you pick up from being around someone that's like this. Very interesting. Very proud of you though, Libra. Alright, so let's pull a couple of oracle cards, Keepers of the Light deck, just so that we can get some advice, send you on your way with a little bit of clarity. What advice does the Libra collective give? When my cards jam like this, there's definitely communication. So whoever this person is, they do not want to communicate. They don't suck at communication because it's just so hard and I can't do it. Like they're willfully, I don't know who this is for, but whoever you're dealing with, they are willfully misunderstanding you. So if you need a confirmation, here it is. You're welcome. All right, so we have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. You might have Taurus placements in your chart. If you do, check out the Taurus general reading, because this was also, this card came out for them as well. You leaving this person alone represents generational cycles. If you are a feminine energy, this might be breaking the cycle of leaving, and you're dealing with masculine specifically. This might be a generational pattern or curse that you're breaking of dealing with like worthless men. It's kind of what I'm hearing, or like useless men, or dealing with like subpar men is kind of what I'm getting. Very specific. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but for those who do, like, congratulations. Like, you have generations of people in your family looking down on you, smiling and cheering you on because you are doing something that they could not do, is kind of what I'm hearing. Not that they would not do, they could not do. So that's very interesting. But yeah, look into your family tree. I was actually able to see my great grandparents' immigration certification papers, because they came from the Levant to the Caribbean, and they came in like the 1850s. So it was really cool to see those old documents digitized. Anyways, Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. Yeah, you're breaking a lot of ancestral patterns, and because of this, your ancestors are actually protecting you. The divine and your ancestors are rallying around you, and they are protecting you. So if you feel as though you are alone, you don't know how you're going to make it through this, I highly recommend asking before you go to sleep your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors, to show you what you need to see in your dreams. Um, I have had really interesting experiences like that, and honestly, like, yeah. So, with that being said, I am so, so, so proud of you, Libra. Congratulations. Leaving behind something like this is always something to celebrate. If you haven't done so for yourself, schedule some time, take a bubble bath, do what you have to do. You're a Venusian sign. I'm a Libra moon. I need beauty. I need sensory experiences, right? So, celebrate in the way that you love best, but you really do deserve it. With that being said, be well. If you resonate with this video, drop a like and let me know. Let me know what you're going through in the comments. I'd love to learn from you. And with that being said, I'll see you later. Bye.